for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we have approval of minutes from March 19th. Is there a motion? Motion by Jackson, support by Hoffman. Is there any discussion or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Like sign for those opposed, motion carries. Next is the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion? Motion by Miller, supported by Nelson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Like sign for those opposed, motion carries. With that, we'll move on. Oh, we have public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address any issue that is either on or off the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to communications. We have three communication items: Animal Shelter and Pet Adoption Center intake disposition for February of 19. Public Services Department Animal Control Pet Adoption Center Animal Equipment Grant application. And C is the Sheriff's Office 2019 Year of Pontiac Christchurch Cranbrook Grant application. Do we have a motion to receive and file? Motion by Miller, support by Jackson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Like sign for those opposed, motion carries. First item on the agenda is the Sheriff's Office extension of contract with Life Technologies. Moved by Miller, supported by Jackson. Can you introduce yourself?
Good morning, absolutely. I'm Gay up here, the Sheriff Fiscal Officer, and with me is Kent Gardner. He is the Administrator and Director of the lab.
Morning.
So this item you have in front of you is basically a formality. Back in 2013, the Sheriff's Office purchased a DNA analyzer. As you all know, we have a DNA lab now. The maintenance contract actually went past the time frame of our contract. The contract is up for expiration, but the maintenance contracts are, the extended warranties are continuing. So it's a formality that is required by our purchasing policies and procedures to continue this going through the end of the maintenance agreement or extended warranty.
Is there any questions or discussion? Mr. Coon?
Yes, well, sir, I appreciate your being here, but can you tell us, are there reports on how quickly and how many DNA tests and the speed with which it's done, that kind of reporting that of the efficacy of the DNA lab?
Well, we keep stats on that. Typically, we've got a considerable backlog of cases. It's about 510 days to get a case out, a normal case out. We're typically now working on more important cases, so those tie us up quite a bit.
Okay, but so why is there such a backlog?
Well, we started out, we have 5 people in the unit. We have a technical lead, a CODIS administrator, a DNA technician, but we only have 2 analysts. We're currently, matter of fact, tomorrow we're starting interviews for a 3rd analyst, and then we're also in the process of applying for a grant, federal grant for 2 more analysts, but those won't take effect until early next year.
How much do you expect those new analysts to improve the speed of the work?
Well, there's going to be a training period. That can range from 6 months up to a year to train the analysts, depending on their experience. We're looking at 2 applicants now that have quite a bit of experience. So after a few months, we should get them up and running. We're really quite understaffed.
Okay, and how much staff would you think you would need?
Well, when we first in the planning stages of the DNA lab, we had an assessment done by National Forensic Science Training Center out of Florida, a federal agency, and they estimated that based on population, we'd need 13.3 analysts, and based on the casework that the state police were doing for Oakland County at the time, we'd need 15 analysts.
Okay, and can you provide that report for us?
Sure.
And also any statistics on how quickly you're able to do these? And also, how
Glad
much
to.
of the county's work is still with the state police? Do you do everything, or are you sending stuff still to the state police?
Different agencies can send stuff to the state police. Most of our regular customers are using us now.
And when you say agencies, you're talking about local police agencies?
Correct.
All right, thank you, sir.
Is there any further questions? Mr. Hoffman?
I have a question regarding the budget amendments that are on here, items 3, 6, 10, and 11. I know they span about 4 years, but they went up 6%, 10%, and then they went up twice in
Which one are you looking
2000.
at? Which page are you looking at?
Am I looking at the right page, number 1 here? Extension of the contract with Life.
Okay, because there's no budget amendment on this first page, so I guess I'm,
Well, I
oh, are
know
you
the
looking at
change orders,
the
but-
the summary? Is that what you're looking, okay. Not the actual,
Yes, I
not
am.
the resolution, the summary, okay.
I mean, in 2018, in a 3-month period, the price went up 12%. Just, there's no explanation. It just said each time it raised $50,000.
Well, we use this contract, it's for supplies, so it's not just the analyzer, we use it for maintenance, we use it for supplies. So at a certain point in time, if we have to pay an invoice or we have an increase in something, we have to upgrade the contract or increase the contract. So each time we process a change order.
Okay, these are for supplies?
Yes, so it's kind of encompassed in this one contract where they provide the equipment, the ongoing supplies, and the maintenance service agreement, so
Okay, thank you.
it's all encompassing.
All right.
Is there any further questions? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve. Okay, can we call the roll, please?
Jackson,
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes. Motion passes. Item number 2, Sheriff's Office Amendment to Resolution 19047, Contract Amendment Number 1 for Law Enforcement Services with Commerce Township. Is there a motion? Motion by Jackson, supported by Hoffman.
Okay, so basically this is just a correction of the fiscal note portion or the finance portion of the resolution that you approved last month. So nothing changed with the contract, terms, or agreements. The position's already in place. This was just a simple math calculation error that we are correcting after the fact.
Any questions, concerns? Hearing none, can we have a roll call, please?
Hoffman,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes. Motion passes. Next is the Health and Human Services Homeland Security Division Memorandum of Agreement with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, Alert and Warning System. We have a motion. Motion by Miller, supported by Hoffman. Go ahead.
Morning, Commissioners. Tom Hardesty on behalf of Homeland Security. You have it before you a proposed renewal of a memorandum of agreement with FEMA. This is for the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, which is if you're watching TV at night and the EAS warning comes on as a test, it's this system which is now also rolling out to cell phones. This is required, this agreement with FEMA to be renewed every 3 years. So this system allows us access to the system to put out these warnings. We've used it in cases of, for example, a tornado warning. If the warning comes out from the Weather Service, they actually have access and put it directly. We have spotters out during weather systems, so if one of our spotters should spot a system prior to the Weather Service even issuing a warning, then we could put that out at the same time we do sirens, or it would be used in other disasters if need be.
Very good. Any questions or concerns?
And there is no cost to this, by the way, with FEMA. We do pay for equipment, but not with FEMA.
Any questions? Hearing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Miller,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Department of Public Services, Medical Examiner, Oakland County Medical Examiner Replacement Solution Project. And with us we have,
Kaz Mayarka from the Medical Examiner's Office.
And Tammy Shepard from IT.
do we have a motion? Motion by Nelson, supported by Miller. It's all yours.
Good morning. We are here to present a project that we've been working on for several years. Our current records management system has been in place since 2002. Over those times, we're no longer able to upgrade the system, and we've had some critical errors in the system where case reports are getting overwritten by newer case reports. Worked with IT to try to solve all those issues that we can, and we finally reached a point where the system can no longer be upgraded and enhanced. We've been planning this project, and we were hoping to move forward with, so we sent out a request for bid. The bid came back, and we had Kabdias company came forward with a bid. After reviewing that bid, we found that their solution would be what the medical examiner's office can use to help us become more efficient. Right now, we are currently writing in 4 different books to keep our stats accurate because the system can no longer keep up with what we're doing. So we believe there would be some solutions there. IT's worked closely with us to try to resolve every issue that we've had, and we finally have reached the ending point. So we're asking the board to approve a transfer of $95,000 from the general fund to the IT fund to finance this project.
Mr. Hoffman,
I'm curious, how many bids did you get?
Just one. And this is the 3rd time we actually sent a bid out. A bid was sent in 2015 with no response, 2016, no response, and we finally got a response on this one, but only one.
Wow, thank you.
We've been trying a long time.
Yes.
any further questions?
Well, I guess there's a
Mr. Coon.
follow-up. Why is there a problem with suppliers here?
It's a forensic solution system, so it's not a popular system where it's something that's a simple off-the-shelf type of system. Everything that we have to track from a medical field. Again, we reached out to the vendors, and I'm not sure why no one else had responded to the bid.
Okay, but you reached out to more than one vendor who supplies these kind of things. but
Each
the-
time we went out to bid, we tried to identify vendors from other counties that would be interested in responding. We notified those vendors and they chose not to respond. But the marketplace for certain government functions, we have this problem in a variety of our areas where government functions at our scale and size are not popular, right? Like, not that they're not popular. It's not common across the United States that people need to purchase a piece of software that manages this function for government at our volume. So a smaller office can manage without an advanced piece of software, but we cannot because we're a large county. We have high volume of cases that we have to manage, and we cannot do it by paper. We can't keep up with that caseload. And this is the case for a few of our different types of solutions where we only get 1 or 2 because the marketplace just doesn't support the need for these. But we are getting more and more vendors out there that recognize that there's 4,000 counties in the United States, and every one of those counties probably has a medical examiner's office and will buy those packages. So we actually have gone back and forth where we were like, well, if they're not going to bid on it, then we'll try to build it, but the build would be very expensive, and we try not to do that. So.
And this particular vendor you've checked out and has provided this kind of service elsewhere?
Yes, we've worked with the Veteran Affairs and their system, so the security is there. We've also met with them and determined what they want, what their solution is going to be, and we believe that their solution will actually help us in the future technology. So it's not just something to help us right now. We can build upon the software that they're proposing, so we believe that they will provide that for us.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question. Do you suspect that there'll be any updates to this software? And if so, how long down the road is it and how much?
Yes, the contract that we're proposing is for 5 years, and that's part of that solution, that the upgrades that are needed will be provided by the company Cavadaya through that 5-year plan. So it won't be locked into where, once they provide the solution, it's done over a 5-year period. If there's upgrades that are needed, future technologies that can be used in the office for records management, that will all be part of that, as part of that contract for the 5 years.
Okay. Any further questions? Hearing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Nelson,
Yes.
Coon,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes. Motion passes.
Thank you.
There
Thank
being no
you.
further business, meeting stands adjourned.